Let's take a look at problem number 15. Solve equations containing one or more radical expressions. Let's first refresh our memory of the steps. Solving radical equations. Someday I won't actually be able to speak. I'll be able to do math just fine, but I won't be able to form complete sentences. Maybe I'm there now. Step 1. Get a radical by itself. Don't create a fraction. Step 2. Raise both sides to a power equal to the index. Step 3. If more radicals, go back to step 1. Step 4, solve for x. I know it's kind of vague, but at this point you'll have either a quadratic or a linear, so it has to be vague. And step 5, check your answers. This process will work, but it'll give you the correct answer, but sometimes it gives you false answers, so you have to check them. That isn't like just one of those nice things that you see written down. Okay, 15. I got square root of g plus 16 plus 4 equals g. Okay, step 1, get a radical by itself. Well, the radical is not quite by itself, it's got a 4 over next to it. So I'm going to take that 4 and move it over to the right side. Now when you take anything across your equals, the sign changes, so the 4 becomes a negative 4. Step 2, raise both sides to a power equal to the index. Well, this is a square root, which means we'll square both sides. The index by default is 2. So we'll square the left side, and we'll square the right side. Well, when we square this on the left side, the square, when the index matches the power you're raising to, they cancel each other out. And we got g plus 16. Over on the right side, since this is a minus, the only thing we can do over here is rewrite g minus 4 squared as g minus 4 times g minus 4. G times g is g squared, g times negative 4 is negative 4g, negative 4 times g is negative 4g, and negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16, which gives us g plus 16 equals g squared minus 8g plus 16. Now step 3. If more radicals, go back to step number 1. We don't have any more radicals. Step 4, solve for, well, it says solve for x, but solve for g. Now this is a quadratic. We have a g squared, so we want to get everything over on one side and 0 on the other. Specifically, I want the number in front of your g squared to be positive. So I'm going to take the g plus 16 to the right side. So the g squared minus 8g, and the g becomes a negative g, plus 16 minus 16. Again, when you take anything across equals, the sign changes. No matter where you are in math, combine together like terms. Negative 8g and negative g is negative 9g. 16 minus 16 drops away. This one, you factor using the GCF. They both have a g in common. So factor out a g, and that gives me g minus 9. Now, zero factor property says you get 0 on one side, you factor the other side, you can set each factor equal to 0. So I said g equal to 0, and g minus 9 equal to 0. And the g equals 0 we can't do anything with, but this one, take negative 9 to the right side, becomes a positive 9. Well, step 5, check our answers. If I put 0 over here, 0 plus 16 is 16, square root of 16 is 4, so we got 4 plus 4, which is 8 on this side. If I put 0 over here, I get 0, so I get 8 equals 0, so that one doesn't check. If I put 9 in, 9 plus 16 is 25, square root of 25 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. If I put 9 over here, 9 equals 9. So that one checks. So g is equal to 9, which would be C.